法师你在哪呢？明一法师，哎。
手。
够跪的不用跪哈，因为位置的关系，不能跪的就不用跪。空间有限哈。顶礼坛城做观想大礼拜，一拜根本传承上师及诸佛。唵啊吽观想顶礼，回天心三印。二拜诸菩萨。唵啊吽观想顶礼，回天心三印。三拜诸护法金刚。唵啊吽观想顶礼，回天心三印。四平等一起手。请护摩主持人敬献哈达，以表最高敬意。
阿妈的你出问题耶手，阿妈的你
让我们以热烈的掌声感谢师尊的赐福。我们恭请师尊加持摊位供品。
Today we have the Homa fire offering ceremony for Amitayus, the Buddha of longevity, and His Holiness is now at the Homa hall, blessing all the offering items for the Homa, and he just accepted the offering of hattas from the private supplicants for this Homa.
加持，恭请圣尊生护摩法座。
Inviting His Holiness to take the Homa throne. And inviting Simu and all the Master's reference and all participants to please be seated.
恭请世尊加持主持者报名表格。
Inviting His Holiness to bless the prayers of the primary supplicants.
首先，让我们以最热烈的掌声，感谢根本传承上师圣尊莲生活佛为我们主坛。
We are truly grateful to our lineage root guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Liansheng, for presiding over this Amitayus Buddha Homa fire offering ceremony. And we would also like to extend our warmest welcome to all participating Simu, Dharma Masters, reference, and all participants from all over the world.
南无长寿佛护摩法会开始，拍掌。
The Amitayus Homa fire offering ceremony has now begun. Visualize true Buddha lineage. Namo Vairocana Buddha, Namo Buddha Lokana, Namo Amitabha Buddha, Namo Padmakumara, Namo Living Buddha Liansheng. Visualize Grandmaster and all Buddhas Bodhisattvas radiating light to bless us. Recite the root Guru mantra 7 times. Recite purification mantras and the Athiyati mantra.
Om Siudori Siudori Siumori Siumori Sokha. Om Vajradan He Hom. Namo Samanto Motoran Om Duru Duru Dewei Sokha. 念招请咒 Om Ah Hom.
Invocation mantra. We sincerely invoke The lineage root guru of True Buddha school, the Maha White Padma Kumara, His Holiness Living Buddha Lien Sheng. The lineage root guru of True Buddha school, the Maha White Padma Kumara, His Holiness Living Buddha Lien Sheng. Our lineage root guru, the Maha White Padma Kumara, His Holiness Living Buddha Lien Sheng. Wholeheartedly we invoke the main deity of Homa, Namo Amitayus Buddha. Namo Amitayus Buddha. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa, Namo Amitayus Buddha of longevity. We sincerely invoke Namo Yamantaka, Akalanata, the four heavenly kings, Golden Mother of the primordial Jetpan, Sima Bodhisattva, Rainbow temples, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, and divinities. All the deities enshrined at the Tantric Quarter at the Seattle Lezang Temple, at the abode of the Southern Mountain, and at the True Buddha Seattle chapter. Rainbow temples, the Mountain God, Earth God, Plant God, Wind God, Heavenly Fire God, Dragon Gods, City God, and all divinities to please radiate light and bless this Homa. Great Home is using visualization for student Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for prostration on the ground, release the mudra. Second to all Bodhisattvas. Visualize for prostration on the ground, release the mudra. Third to all Herukas and Dharma protectors. Visualize for prostration on the ground, release the mudra. Fourth Hepa. Great Mandala offering, form the offering mudra. Visualize the transformations of the offerings from one to become many, countless, to fill the whole space. Make the offering above to the lineage root Guru, the main deity of Homa, Namo Amitayus Buddha, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis and divinities, and below to all sentient beings. Visualize they gladly accept the offerings. Recite the offering verse and mantra. Mount Meru, four continents and sun and moon transform into precious offerings for the Buddhas. May these wondrous treasures and marriage purge our karma to allow us civilization. Fourfold refuge, visualize. Our lineage root Guru, all the lineage Gurus, Buddha Jewel, Dhamma Jewel, and Sangha Jewel, to form great white light to empower us. Recite the mantra. Armor protection. Form Vajrapani mudra, recite Vajrapani mantra 7 times. Inviting His Holiness to perform blessings with mala. Inviting His Holiness to set ceremonial demarcation to bless the prayers, registration forms, and all the offerings, Vajra and scepter. Inviting His Holiness to set ceremonial demarcation around the fire pit, perform the ritual of opening the fire pit, and inviting His Holiness to lit the Homa fire, to make all the offerings, to perform mudra transformations for purifications, enhancements, magnetization, subjugating, and Bardo deliverance. The assembly will be reciting the heart mantra of Amitayus Buddha.
的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你主恩的耶稣，阿妈的你 Yes. Yes. Amada
You said that mantras of the 8 principal deities and encamped Amitabha.
Om Panamo Lindoring Soha, Om Ha 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 Wei Samaye Soha, Om Turi Suri Sunte Soha, Om Jampara Thalang Thalaye Sokha Om Hom Betsa Gurupe Ma Siti Hom Se Om Hom Gurupe Ahơ Sasamaha Liên Sân Siti Hom Deya Tha Om Bekasaya Maha Bekasaya Lata Samo Kyatereya Sokha 南无36万亿1119500同名同号阿弥陀佛。南无36万亿1119500同名同号阿弥陀佛。南无36万亿1119500同名同号阿弥陀佛。回向。
Merit dedication. May all uphold the Buddha, ascend to the realm of utmost bliss, repaying for generosities from above, aiding those in the three realms below. Upon seeing the Buddha, may we transcend life and death. Like the Buddha, may we liberate all. We, your disciples, dedicate the merit of the ceremony to our lineage Guru. May you stay healthy, to have a very long life, free of cares, to continually turn the Dhamma wheel and stay in the sound world. Inviting souls to perform the overall merit dedication. Wholeheartedly, we pay homage to the Amitayus Buddha of longevity, Ushina Vijaya, Buddha Mother, and the White Tara. Wholeheartedly, we pay homage to the main deity of Homa, Amitayus Tathagata, Ushina Vijaya Buddha Mother, and White Tara. Wholeheartedly, we pay homage to the main deity of Homa, Namo Amitayus Tathagata, Ushina Vijaya Buddha Mother, and the White Tara. We pray that you radiate bright light and guide the Bardo spirits to be reborn into the pure Buddha lands. And please bless all participants with good health, all sicknesses be eradicated, and their lifespan is lengthened. Wholeheartedly we pray that you eradicate obstructions and karma of all participants, and please eradicate, enhance, subjugate, and magnetize, and bestow longevity and great health, and may all of the above be perfect. May the Buddha lands be beautified. May our fruitions improve, and may our radiance increase, and may we have siddhi from our spiritual cultivations. May all participants have all their daily necessities and be sufficient, and that they have enough money and resources to live. May all of our prayers be granted in perfection. gods of the heavens, gods of the earth, may we be far from all calamities, may all calamities abandon us. Let all disasters turn into dust. May all obstructions and hindrances be eliminated. May all enemies and enmities disperse. We say 100 syllable mantra 3 times.
Sutto kayu me bawa, sopo kayu me bawa, anurato me bawa, sawa sidi me burayasa, sawa karma, sutta me chittamu, siri ren guru hum. Ha 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 ha, bhagavan sawa tathagata, pecamami mancha, pecapawa mahasamaya. Sato a hom pe om pecha sato samaya manupanaya pecha sato tenu padicha jecho me pawa sato kayu me pawa sopo kayu me pawa anurato me pawa sawa sidi me puraya cha sawa karma sutta me chittamo Siri ren guru hom ha 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 Bhagavan sawa tathagata pecamami mancha pecapawa mahasamaya Sato a hom pe om peca sato samaya manupanaya peca sato tenu padicha jecho me pawa Sato kayu me pawa sopo kayu me pawa Anurato me pawa sawa sidi me buraya cha sawa karma sutta me chittamu siri ren guru hom ha 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 Bhagavan sawa tathagata pecamami mancha pecapawa mahasamaya sato a hom pe
Create home with choosing visualization for student guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for prostration on the ground, release the mudra. Second to all bodhisattvas. Visualize for prostration on the ground, release the mudra. Third to all Herukas and Dhamma protectors. Visualize for prostration on the ground, release the mudra. Fourth half bow. Recite completion mantra.
Om Brim, Om Brim, Om Mani Padme Hum. 请大家起立，恭敬合掌，恭请圣尊升法王座。
Now, please all stand up, and together we are inviting His Holiness to take the Dharma teaching seat. Simu, all the masters reference, and all participants to please return to your seats. And first of all, we'd like to offer our utmost gratitude to His Holiness for presiding over this Homa fire offering ceremony. And now we would like to invite the Lotus Light Charity Society of Vancouver, Canada, to make a donation to the Sangyen Lu Foundation. So we would like to invite Vajra Master Lien Tzu to represent Lotus Light Charity Society, and the President of Sangyen Lu Foundation, Dr. Lu Fo Ching, to come forward. Grandmaster Sumo and all masters reference and everybody here, and the President of Sangyen Lu Foundation, Dr. Fo Ching Lu. How do you do? On this occasion for Grandmaster's birthday celebration and Father's Day, Lotus Light Charity Society would like to make a donation to Seng Yen Lu Foundation. And why do I want to make the donations every time? So it is as if just throwing a small bait to get a big fish. So Seng Yen Lu Foundation is the best place to make donations compared to any other charity organizations out there. We know how they will handle it. And based on what I know is because the board of directors provide their service efforts and time free of charge for the benefits of the Seng Yen Lu Foundation. So although my donation today is just a small matter, but I hope that we can continue to make donations and more in the future. So Grandmaster Simu, everybody, how do you do? And happy Father's Day, Dad. And also thank you to Lotus Light Charity Society, all Dharma brothers and Dharma sisters there for your donation. And it'll be used to help the students to go through their high school years and as well to enter into college and to finish their college education. So thank you to Master Lin Zi and also to Dr. Hu Qinglu. And next we would have Dharma Sister Helen that would represent the Vajra Diamond Temple of New York to make an offering, to make a donation to the Seng Yen Lu Foundation for an amount of $50,000 US. And the donation earlier by Lotus Light Charity Society was $10,000. So thank you for Dharma Sister Helen and Vajra Master Lien Zi, and also the head director Dharma Sister Lien Wei, Wendy. Thank you for everybody in New York. Without your support, we will not be able to help the needy. They help that many people who need it, so that they are able to receive health care and education. So thank you to the Lotus Light Charity Society, the Lotus Light Temple, and the Vajra Diamond Temple of New York. And thank you for your following Grandmaster's teachings, for respecting the Guru, treasuring the Dharma, and practice diligently. Now let's join our palms with reverence, and together we are inviting His Holiness to bestow the precious Buddha Dharma teaching. Homage to the lineage gurus, homage to the Venerable Mang Liao Ming, homage to Master Sakya Zengkong, homage to the 16th Dharma King Karmapa, and homage to Master Thupten Dorji, homage to the three jewels of the altar, and homage to the main deity of Homa today, Amitayus Tathagata, the Buddha of long life, and Ushna Vijaya, and the White Tara. Simu, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, temple directors, all disciples present here and over the internet. And our participating VIPs today are the wife of the representative of Taiwan to Sweden, Dharma Sister Judy, the accountant to the True Buddha Foundation, Dharma Sister Teresa, law advisor to the True Buddha Foundation, Dharma Sister Jennifer Zhou, academician from Academia Sinica of Taiwan, Professor Zhu Ziyi and wife, from CTI TV Taiwan, producers for Kenny Tiansang Xinten, Dharma Sister Rebecca Xiaqi, Dr. Lin Su-hua, Dr. Gao, and Dharma brother Gao Minglu and wife and Mrs. From Taiwan Sunny Line Dance Group, the Dharma assistant Francis, Dharma sister Lin Yixien, Dharma sister Cai Meiyue, Dharma brother Liang Yanlong. From the Voices of Heaven Choir Group, Dharma Sister Gao Rujing, Gao Ruzhen, and Gao Xinzi. From Fuxing Airline, Dharma Sister Wu Meixian. Representative to the council person of Taipei City, Dharma Sister Xue Huiling. From Brazil, the Lotus Light Language Cultural Center, the Vice Principal, Dharma Sister Liang Yan. So, President Dr. Lu Fuqing and husband, Andy. Ho Chi Lu and family. Good afternoon, everybody. How do you do? I would like to make an announcement for next Sunday's June 26th Homa ceremony. That would be for Ragaraja. Ragaraja is also read for magnetization. So he is one of the deities for magnetization, and at True Buddha School we have two deities. One is Ragaraja, the other one is Gurugule. So Ragaraja is the main deity for love, harmony, and magnetization. If you like to have a harmonious family, you would like to have a tall, handsome, and rich boyfriend, or if you like to have a beautiful and talented girlfriend or ladies, or okay, no more. Then you need to become the primary supplicant of the Homa. unless you don't need
认为
those,
什么都可以，
unless you feel anything would do.
认为一切都是美好的安排。
If you think that everything is the best arrangement, then
不过爱染明王
You don't need it.
魔法会呢，
however,
会增加光彩，
Ragaraja Homa ceremony will enhance your radiance because of the meaning of Raga. Raga meaning
它有中介的意思在里面，中介啊，它有中介的意思在里面。
spark
你想
with
你的
love.
本尊能够很快的相应，
Because there's a key
要先
point in there that if you like to gain yogic response with your yidam, then you need to first Ragaraja mantra first.
中介，
And
你就很容易跟
he's like an agent, an intermediate,
所以要跟本尊
a
相应的
mediator.
你也要主
So he
爱染
has
明
such
王
a mediator power.
啊
Then
想要跟
he would connect you with your
很快相
yidam.
应的
So if you want to gain yogic response with your yidam quickly, then you need to become primary supplicants with for
也要求
Ragaraja.
爱染明王
Or if you want to be connected
跟
with
你
your
的
wife,
啊
to have
这个男朋友
spiritual
相应
response with your wife or with your
女
boyfriend,
朋友相应
that would be
就是爱染明王
Ragaraja. Or with your girlfriend, that would be
美满的也是爱
Ragaraja.
染明王
To have a harmonious family, that's also
都能够
Ragaraja.
相应的也是爱染
And
明
in
王
order to gain spiritual response with all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, that's also Ragaraja. So Ragaraja would allow us to gain yogic
那么
response
今天呢
quickly
我
with
们
all the
修的
Buddhas
是
and
长寿
Bodhisattvas. And today,
长寿
we practice
这个
Amitayus,
护
the
摩
longevity
修的是
Buddha.
长寿佛
The
但
Homa
是长寿
was
在密
longevity
教里
Buddha
面有
Homa.
长寿三尊
In Tantrayana, there are 3 longevity deities, and typically they come together. One is the longevity
尊胜佛母，
Tathagata or Amitayus, and one is Ushina Vijaya, and the other one is White Tara.
这长寿
And
佛
they
的
are
经咒
called
是
the 3 longevity deities.
朱恩伊呀所哈
That's the mantra.
啊，它的这个手印呢，
And the
就跟阿弥陀
mudra
佛的定义是一样的，
is the same as the meditation mudra of Amitabha Buddha.
这个长寿品。
But his emblem is the longevity
那最主
nectar
要的
vase.
它的这个
And most importantly,
跟
is
佛
his
的相貌
image
是一样的。
is the same as
那它的这
the,
个
that of the Buddha.
它的全身通身都是红色，通身
And
都
his
是红色
whole body
最
is
主要是
red.
拿手甘露瓶，
And most importantly, he's holding the longevity nectar vase.
的甘露瓶
If you
里
can
面的甘露水，
obtain
所有的疾病都
the
会好。
sweet nectar water, the ambrosia from the nectar vase, then all of your illnesses would be
龙赖
cured
龙赖因为长寿
because he is the key for longevity. And
要加
longevity,
上健康，这样
you need
才
to
是
have
真正的
health.
又要长寿，
You need to have health in order
这
to
个是最重要的。
live a long
它的
life.
手印呢，
Only then
就是
life would be meaningful.
阿弥陀佛的
And the mudra is the meditation mudra of Amitabha. And he's also an emanation of Amitabha
叫
Buddha.
无量光，
Because Amitabha Buddha is also called the Buddha of infinite light and the Buddha of infinite life.
就是长寿如来。
And an emanation of the Buddha of infinite life is Amitayus, or the longevity Buddha.
在无量寿经里面有讲到，
In the
无量寿
Infinite Life
佛
Sutra, it
威
was
神
mentioned
光明最尊第一，是
that
诸
the
佛的光明所
formidable
生
divine light of the Infinite Life Buddha is supreme,
今天
is the greatest among all the Buddhas. I
台湾
heard
有这个
that
彩虹光
at noon at the Rainbow Temple, we have the
有点
rainbow
像圆
light,
形的那一种圆
like
形的
a round rainbow
无
light.
量光，
That's the infinite light.
它是最殊胜的。一般的
And
彩
that's
虹
the most
大部分都是
supreme.
像拱
The
桥形的
typical rainbow is like an
长
arch,
寿佛的光是属于
but the light of longevity Buddha would be in a circle.
一种彩虹光。
So a circle of rainbow light was very bright and radiant. So it's just right for the longevity Buddha Homa today.
那么在这里呢，就这个盼望了。
So here,
这个光明。
I hope that the bright light of longevity Buddha can eradicate all of your sicknesses.
每一个人都能够长寿。
That every one of us would live a long life.
都能够长寿。
That true Buddha school disciples would live a long life.
那么你们的祈求也能够如愿
And that all of your wishes be fulfilled.
长寿佛这个放光放大光明，让所有的
That the longevity Buddha radiated a bright light so that all those who prayed would have their prayers granted and would have attainments,
通都能够
and that all your daily necessities, your abode, your food, your clothing, your transportation, all your needs would be fulfilled, and you have enough resources for your life, and then all obstructions and hindrances be eliminated totally.
它的光明呢，也能够
And by his bright light, he could also guide all the Bardo spirits to be reborn into the pure Buddha lands.
也是最好的。
So this deity is the best deity for Bardo deliverance too. He's considered one of the best for Bardo
这
deliverance.
里我们盼望这个
And here,
你们心中所祈求的，
we hope that all that you pray for in your hearts would be granted as you wish.
我们在谈这个碧瓦巴的这个
And next,
很多的，它有
we
很多
will
的典故
talk more about Virupa's legends and history.
望业佛教大辞典的注解，
So here
这个碧瓦巴
is according to the
护法的
excerpt in the Gazing at the Moon Buddhist Dictionary.
佛拉
So Dharmapala, a Sanskrit word which means Hufa in Chinese, was one of the 10 famous masters of Yogacara. Yogacara, or consciousness only school. In India,
10个
there are now only 2 schools left of Buddhism, Yogacara and Madhyamaka. And he was one of the 10 famous masters of Yogacara.
拉比图国这个建
He was the eldest son of a minister from the city of Kanchipura in Dravida Kingdom in South India. So he was the eldest son.
之年，在年轻的时候
In his 20s, when he was very young,
他就有
he was marrying a princess.
喜妻在喝喜酒宴的
However,
前夜离家出走，遁入山寺，
the night before the wedding
都是很伟大的。
ceremony, he left home to go to the monastery.
他也是在这个好像也是在结婚之前
Like the venerable elder Xu Yun
结了婚，
also
有了小孩，
left home to become a monastic before his wedding date.
好像还没有小孩，他就离家出走。
And Sakyamuni Buddha had married but left home afterwards before he had a son. So all these great people left home. So only me, this silly fool, who could never leave home, who could never escape from my family. However, that's quite miserable. But of course, this happiness and fun having a family with 2 grandchildren and 2 children that are so nice. That for Qing and for Qi are really great. They are not contaminated by the bad habits of living in America. They are quite very. It's quite comforting to know that. And Simu is very capable. So the children understand it, and Simu is a really very good assistant to me. And Simu always hit the target on whatever she said, whatever she believes happened. So like Andy, who's very honest, because we're Chinese, he's the white. He's the foreigner, but actually in America, we are the foreigners. So Andy is a very honest person. As an agent, very honest, like in being an agent, you know, he kind of sticks to the price, but Simu always make a bargain, and whatever she bargained, she got it. Very interestingly. So her judgments on a lot of things are very accurate. So Virupa left home and he practiced Buddha Dharma. He went to the monastery to practice Buddha Dharma. Later on, he traveled extensively to spread Buddha Dharma. He lived in the same era as Barahi and Stilamati, and he was very famous even in his young age. At that time, in the city of Chaochangmi, city of Kanchipura in Chaochangmi, central India, there was a notorious heretic who authored a book called The Thousands Verses, composed of 32,000 of words of defamations toward Buddha Dharma. And he could not be defeated by any monastics before. Virupa was still very young then, and he defeated the heretic. And then later he went to the country of Bhimaswara and defeated 100 Hinayana followers in 7 days in a row. So Hinayana debaters Afterwards, he went to Nalanda at Magadha. His fame was like the sun in the sky, and his followers were like the clouds. Silabhadra, Jinaputra, the late Buddhist Xuan Jian, were among them. At 29, he felt unwell and in his body and left the monastery and lived at Mahabodhi temple in Bodh Gaya. So other than practicing dhyana or zen and prostrations, he also composed 30 verses of Yogacara to elucidate and advance the key teaching of the great master Vasubandhu. According to the legend, he rejected a request from a debate, from a Madhyamaka Abhidharmika, or of the time. So 3 years later, at 32, he passed into parinirvana. But in reality, did he really pass away at 32? According to the Buddhist Sutras, he showed sudden death at 32 and disappeared. And most records recorded that at 32 he disappeared. About Virupa's nirvana, there was a record of it in the 8th chapter of the Tang Dynasty records of the journey to the west. When Silabhadra was 30 years old, he received Dharmapala's command to defeat all the heretics from South India. When Xuanzang, the monk from Tang Dynasty, arrived at Nalanda Monastery in the year 635 or 36 AD, Silabhadra, to pay homage to Silabhadra was already 106 years old. So it was the year of 560 when Silabhadra was 30 years old. Silabhadra and Dharmapala were born in the same year, around 560. However, Satishchandra Vidyabhusana's History of Indian Logic stated that Dharmapala lived from 600 to 635. So this described that Dharmapala or Virupa came from this era, 600 to 635. And about Dharmapala's records of reincarnations, according to Da Seng Guang Bai Lun Mahayana Prakarana Vaibhashya, 10 chapters, and the CD Yogacara Treasure, both treatises, 5 chapters, Quan Suo Yuan Len Si, 1 chapter, and Xuan Zhuang translation of the Madhyamakavatara, 10 chapters, and also the Hufa's translation as the center. It came from the key points of the treatise. So I kind of read on the sutra. I missed the last one. This came from the records of the Tang Dynasty records of the journey to the west. Chapter number 5, 9, 10, and from the Tazi Temple, Sanzang Fa Si, biography number 3rd, 4th, and the South Sea Inner Dharma transmission number 4th from the Yogacara records number 1, and also for the other records number 12, and the Indian philosophy research number 5. Yes. So this is talking about Virupa's biography or history. So in summary, what we know from history, that it's clear that the Indian history about Dignada, Dhammapala, Jayadeva, and Pilwapa is that because Dignaga was from 470 to 530 or 400 to 480. And so when he entered to Nirvana, so Indian history was really a mess. It was, they were not accurate. So look at the Padmasambhava's biography. Padmasambhava, Guru Padmasambhava had 2 gurus, Manjushri Mitra, and he entered into Parinirvana, and then there was another Manjushri Mitra. So there were 2 Manjushri Mitras, and one before the time of Guru Padmasambhava, and the other one is after the time of Guru Padmasambhava, and they were both called Manjushri Mitra. So it was quite a mess. It was really confusing and befuddling. So the worst kind of history, very vague and confusing and ambiguous, is the history of India. Like Sakyamuni Buddha, the king Suddhodana. So he was a king, but if you check Indian history, there was no King Suddhodana. And his relatives were the 8 kings, like the king Bai Fan Wang in Chinese sounds like the white rice king, or the red rice king, the brown rice king, or the meat rice king. So all the 8 kings were related to rice. In Chinese, sound like rice. But Sakyamuni Buddha's father was King Suddhodana. So the golden rice king, the white rice king, brown rice king, green rice king, or green bean king, or red bean king, or white bean king, and the soybean king, all the 8 kings. And also the 8 princes who entered into monastic life. But there weren't that many countries or kingdoms then, so it was really, even the countries in India were very confusing and vague. So even the countries were very confusing, especially the people or the key figures. We're not even sure from what century or what era they come from. Like the abbots of Nalanda Monastery was also very confusing. Sometimes they come from an era 1,000 years apart, but they're all linked together, so they don't have a concept of time. So how many years had Guru Padmasambhava lived? 800 years. So he lived longer than Pengzu of China. They live a very long time. And look at Bodhidharma, the great master. He entered into Parinirvana during the Liang dynasty, and when they opened his coffin, there was only one sandal. And in a faraway place, a minister saw the great master Bodhidharma walking on the street holding a sandal. So was that the same person? Don't know. But he was holding one sandal. That was Bodhidharma. So he went to India and then he went to Tibet and met Milarepa. And he also met Lamdre and transmitted the Lamdre Dharma. And he became the patriarch of the Chot tradition of Tibet. So what era was Milarepa? And Bodhidharma was at the era of Liang dynasty. So what do we know? Which eras? Who is in which era? So it's all very confusing and very befuddling. It's quite a mess, very chaotic. Even the countries, just they have so many countries. So one city is a country and they have a king there. So how many kings had there been in India? So the one who united the whole India was like King Ashoka. So that was really quite historical. But the small countries, they were not recorded in history. Even Sakyamuni Buddha's birthday was just being guessed by everybody. And people don't know. And his record was also quite vague and ambiguous and confusing. So from the above, it's very clear that we can eliminate the concept that the one that received from Dignaga was Chandrakirti, and Li Zeng from China, which is a great Buddhist researcher on Indian history, and in Taiwan is the elder Inxun, the Inxun Daosi. And the history of Li Zeng. So after Chandrakirti, that was Jayadeva, and after Jayadeva, it was Shantideva. So from the time frame, it works. So if Dharmapala and Virupa is one person, were one person, then he was the great master of Yogacara, and the Guang Bai Lun, Cheng Wei Si Lun, Guan Suo Yuan Lun Yi, Cheng Wei Si Bao Seng Lun. And the Tibetan Tripitaka was also checking the Vajra verses of Virupa to prove. But if Dharmapala is not the same person as Virupa, then Virupa was after Chandrakirti. So if Virupa is a great master of Yogacara, and Chandrakirti is the great master of Madhyamaka, so the concepts of Lamdre, Chandrakirti is from the Madhyamaka Yingchen sect. Then inside Lamdre, most of them are influenced by Madhyamaka. So in conclusion, that India doesn't
历史是
put
糊里糊涂
great importance on
乱七
history.
八糟
So their Indian
我们
history
中国的
is
历史就很
really
很清楚
confusing
很清楚
and in a big
印度的
mess.
历史实在
But
是
Chinese history is very clear.
时空的背景的差异，
And they live in a different time and space.
几千年，
It
我们
was
很
a
难
thousand
去
years
断定
ago.
是真的是假的，很难
It
断
is
定是真的
difficult to determine what is
但
true,
无论
what is
如何我们
false.
至少确定
In any case,
帝
at
瓦
least
巴
we
本
know
身
for
具
sure
备着
that
深厚的
Virupa was very
教
knowledgeable
学术
and
根
had
基
strong foundations
变
in
为
Mahayana
只
Dharma
唱一些
teachings.
暧昧不清的歌诀，
So his
卖
vulgar
弄一些神怪
magic
变异而
lute singing of the Vajra verses and fooling around were far beyond superficial level. He was a true Mahasiddha who had attained the realm of non-arising. He was an exemplar for both Mahayana and Tantrayana practitioners. So we will leave the research and debate of the history
弄经，
to the Buddhist researchers and should not spend more time on it.
不要再去想他们到底是怎么样，
So let's just not think
不要再去
more
想
about
不要再去想，因为印度的
them
历史乱七八糟。
don't think more because Indian history is really quite confusing.
这个老公一进门呐、老婆便问
When the husband got home, the wife
发奖
asked,
金啊，
"So, do we have a bonus this month?" And the husband said, "No."
老婆就讲乖乖把鞋底的钱拿出来。
The wife said, "Oh, take out the money at the sole of your
这
shoes."
个老公问了你怎么知道的？
And the husband asked, "How did you know?"
你身上每一寸
And the
肉
wife said,
啊
"Every
何时
inch
上
of your body."
何时收，我哪会不知道？你一进门
I
我就
know
看
every
你
inch
长
of your
高
body.
中温
You know, and when you get into the door, I could tell that you have grown taller by 1 inch. So the wife was incredible and extremely
印
observant.
度的历史，我也看了
So
整个印度的历史我都看了。
I have read on the history of India,
我全部都看了。
and I have also read the records
我觉得
of the Tang dynasties of the journey to the West.
糊里
And
糊涂的
I really found that they were really
真的是糊里糊涂。
quite
对他们
hodgepodge
不讲
in
究
their
历史，也
history.
不注重历史。
They, to them, history is not important,
这个导
and
致
they don't pay attention to history.
因为《金刚经》里面有
That's
讲
also
到
good
过去的
because
就让
in
它过
Diamond
去
Sutra it was written, "Let the
那
past
么现在的
pass
也会变成过去，也不要去
and
未
the
来呢还没有到，不
current,
要去
the present will become the past, and the future
I don't care。
will also become the past. So
反正你
why
现
do you
在
care?
目前这样
You don't care.
能好就好。
So as long as you're fine for the moment, that's fine.
要想象跟那个老婆啊观察入微，每天去看这个老公有没有
So if you want to be like the wife and always watch, you know, that the husband has grown taller by 1 inch, that's too much. It's better if you just
这个老婆
take it
注意
easy
听
and
老
relax.
公才能够有一点少少的成就。
Only when the wife is
应该是这
kind
样
of,
子吧
you know,
所以你们叫师母糊里糊涂一点，
they were
师
kind
母
of
就自由了。
indistinct and muddle-headed, then the husband would have some attainments. So let's ask Simu to be a little bit
师母实在
muddle-headed,
是很厉害的
then Grandmaster would have attainments. But really, Simu is really incredible.
没有几个
With just a short gaze of the eyes, the short look, she would know how many hair you have. And I don't have to say anything.
然后我举止很禅定，很笃定，很淡然。
And I am very calm and relaxed and kind of have a very quiet mind, but Simu always know what I'm thinking, and she said, I know what you're thinking now. Oh my God. How can I live like this? Oh, jeez. It's quite annoying. How come the jokes about husband and wife? The wife asks, why do you always lie when you're on vacation? And the husband said, oh, I am studying Buddhism, and this word in Chinese is actually very broad. That's really great, but you need to understand the key points and the pith instructions. If you comprehend the concepts and in your cultivation you master both the theory and the practice. The husband said, I am studying from the Buddha. And the wife said, how come you're lying down when you're studying from the Buddha? And the husband replied, I'm studying from the Buddha in Thailand, which is the reclining Buddha. And wife poured a bucket of cold water onto the husband, and the husband asked, what are you doing? And the wife said, oh, I'm bathing the Buddha. Simu is also this incredible. Simu is really formidable. It's about like this. The son told Dad, I have a girlfriend now, and she's from Henan. And the dad said, what? Huh? What are you saying? And the son said, I have a girlfriend now. And the dad said, I said, no, the last one. What is it? Someone from Henan. And dad said, no way. And the son, why? Let's play over Chinese. With a Henan person, but in Chinese it sounds like with a man. Why not? And dad said, why are you dating a man? So this is play of word of Chinese words. So he's dating a girl from Henan. In Chinese sounds like Henan Ren, sounds like with a man. So gay is fine. Even our Dr. Sun, it's also play of words of Chinese. It's also play of words Chinese. Actually, he wasn't a gay. It was just a joke. So, being muddle-headed is like this. So if you check the history of India, there was a King Suddhodana. So because King Suddhodana wasn't recorded in Indian history, where did Sakyamuni Buddha come from? So Indian history was really bad. A man was arguing with his wife, and the man said, so if my wife say a word to me, I'll react with 2 words. And if she scolded me 1 word, I would reply it with 10. And the wife speaks it loudly, but I speak it in my heart. I say it silently in my heart. So this is called use gentleness to face the tough. Grandmaster is very kind-hearted. So when Simu complained about me, I'm very at peace because I am studying the Buddhas from the Buddha, and I'm also studying from the reclining Buddha. And Simu's standing at the head of my bed from the ancient time until today's time. So from the time before marriage, when we were dating, until now. She remembered everything, and then she would reiterate it one by one for several hours. And then I would have fallen asleep for several hours. Based on Simu's capacity, sharpness, we should ask her to research the history of India. She could stand next to my bed and she could recap all the things, all the major and the minor things that happened when when we were dating before marriage until now. And I was still even listening in my dream. And because I was unresponsive at the end, she left. So I used gentleness to face the tough or the severe. So please don't complain about your life. Actually, everybody is a hero, whether you're a man or woman. What does it mean? Because we are number 1. We are all number 1. We are all heroes. How do you explain that? Because when your dad and mom were prior to your birth, your swimming was number 1. Yes, because your swimming was number 1. That's why you were born. So that's why we are all heroes. We should be heroes. We should be the true heroes.
你看他这里啊，这个道果。
So, what's written in Lamdre?
这个关于印度的历史，由佛教的历史学家去发掘考证。
So, about the history of India, we would leave it to the historians and researchers to check the Buddhist history as well, because it's impossible to get it clearly. And he said there's no need to mention it anymore. Now he mentioned again.
土关宗派史，土关，这在西藏很有名的。
According to the
土关活佛，土关
土
活佛
关
在西藏是很有名的。
Tuguan in Tibet is very important. It's very famous.
释迦善友，龙树菩萨把道果的法传给了释迦善友。那么释迦善
So
友
Nagarjuna transmitted the teachings of Lamdre to Sakya Mitra Sanyu,
是这样子，
and Sakya Sanyu transmitted to Siranzu, and Siranzu
传给毕瓦
to Virupa,
那毕瓦巴传给
and Virupa transmitted to Dombi Heruka,
再传给
and Dombi transmitted
我
to
名波叶因陀罗流支。这是有关道果教法在印度的主要传承。这里是讲的传承，
or
讲传承。
Prajna Indra Liuzi. So this is the primary lineage in India. So Nagarjuna
跟这个提婆都是中观派。
So Nagarjuna and Aryadeva are from Madhyamaka.
百论、12门论
So
啊，
he
12
altered
门论
the
龙树跟提婆。
Zhongguan.
那么这里讲到
The
这个
12
传
gate
承就是龙树
treatise.
菩萨把道果传给了释迦善友，释迦善友传给
So Nagarjuna transmitted it to Sakya
那毕瓦巴
Sakyamitra, Sakyamitra to Siranzu, Siranzu to Virupa. So in this case, Virupa should be from the school of Madhyamaka and not Yogacara.
的差异，也就是中观跟唯识之间的差异在这里。
So there's some discrepancy here between Madhyamaka and
龙树跟提
Yogacara.
婆是中观派，无着跟天亲
And
唯识派。
so Nagarjuna and Aryadeva belongs to Madhyamaka, and Asanga and Vasubandhu belongs to Yogacara. They are the earliest
这
patriarchs
是有
of
关
that
道
school.
果教法在印度的主要传承。
So this is the primary lineage related to Lamdre in India.
土关，土关是在西藏啊，
So
有这个
Tuguan and Tibet,
有一个土关佛陀，
there is a living Buddha, Tuguan, that's very famous in Tibet. So this is based on Tuguan records.
像
So it also talked about lineage.
啊，了明和尚是诺那
So
上师的传承。了
The
明和
Venerable
尚
Monk Liao Ming had the lineage of Master Nona of the Red
那么
Nyingmapa
这个萨迦正空上师，
and Master Sakya Zengkong Dejong
他就是
Rinpoche
萨迦派啊，萨迦派花教的传承。
had the lineage of the Sakyapa, the Sakya school, Sakya
主要
sect.
是道果的传承。
Also the primary lineage for Lamdre.
这个16世大宝好卡玛
And the 16 Dhamma King Kamapa
大手印的传承啊，大手印的传承
is the lineage for Mahamudra.
就是白教的传承，白教的传承。
So it's the lineage for the white Kagyupa.
上师
And Master
是属于
Duptan
黄
Dorji
教的传承，
is
黄
the
教
lineage for the yellow
那
Kalukpa.
师尊的传承佛
So Grandmaster's lineage came
红
from
黄白
four
花
sects
四教的传承，
of
全
the
部在师尊的身上。
Kagyupa, Sakyapa, Kalukpa, Nyingmapa. So Grandmaster has lineages from all these four different sects.
这里讲一个笑话，我朋友
Let me
他
share a
老婆的
joke.
手机里面有一个名字叫做29
My friend's wife's
的电话号码，
cell
这个老
phone
公问老婆
has a phone number
老
for
婆死都不讲，
49M.
然后老公
And the
就开
wife,
始胡
the
说
husband asked the wife, whose is that?
29岁的 man 吗？
to 29M, and the wife didn't want to say no matter what, and the husband kept guessing: is it a man of 29 years old? Is it someone on February 9th or? So the husband was very distressed about it. And then when the 29M phone call came, he was pretending to be calm and waiting for the wife to answer. And the wife said, "Er ma," in Chinese sounded like the second auntie. But the Chinese sound for 29M sounded similar. So it's like a code. So that's why it is better if you get down right to the issues in order to avoid misunderstandings. Grandmaster is often misunderstood. They are all misunderstanding. So misunderstandings and misjudgments, I'm actually transmitting Dharma to that person. And some people said no, they didn't even think carefully about it. Sometimes I give a lot of Dharma talk and my attendant didn't dare to come in. Like to the sunflower, where are you? She's outside? Oh, she's in the big hall, in the grand hall. I asked the Dharma sister called Sunflower, and I was teaching her how to read the Chinese compass, how to read it, how to read the needle, and one facing the south and the other one facing north. So the point of the needle facing north and the bottom facing south, in order to determine the direction of the Chinese compass. And also explaining to her all the trigrams inside the compass and how to do the divination. And I explained for a very long time, and my attendant didn't want to come in because when they think that the thing when the person asking were problematic, then they don't dare to come in because that's a lady and Grandmaster is a man. So I don't know what they think of Sunflower. They didn't dare to come in. As long as they're young ladies, they don't come in. But old ladies, they would come in. So there's an age distinction here, or it's problems with your head. And sometimes I tell him, please don't come in because the Dharma that I want to transmit is secretive. And yet he didn't move. He stood there, so I didn't dare to say anything. Or someone asking very personal thing, the secret of their hearts, then it's best not to have anybody standing next to us. So I invite the attendant to move away because I was transmitting Bodhidharma, so please don't misunderstand. So I was teaching Dharma Sister Sunflower how to use the Chinese compass, how to determine the directions, how to place the compass, how invoke the patriarchs, the Ba Qua, Fu Xi, Fen Wang, the king of Fu Xi, Zhong Guang.
排卦同南，还要
走卦同辞，排卦同南。
还要请黄石公。
the 九天玄女、黄石公, all these patriarchs, and then all how to place all of them. I spoke with her for over 40 minutes, almost 50 minutes, and the attendant didn't even walk in.
所以有时候我会讲，这个人家要讲秘密。
Sometimes I would say it if someone's about to say a private matters. But the door was always open, and Master De Hui was trying to be nice, and he made a glass door. The original door was the regular door, you couldn't see inside, but Master De Hui was sick himself, so he thought Grandmaster is also sick. So he especially made of a glass door. So in my consultation room, there's a glass door, and because the bathroom is over there, you would be able to see anyone going to the bathroom. So even if I lock my door, you would still be able to see inside. So Master De Hui must have some problems. He must be sick in his heart because he thinks something bad. But normally, this glass door is still open. Even during spiritual consultation, I never locked it because there's no use to lock it. Because it's a glass door, you still can see inside. So the door is useless. You can just take it apart. Might as well just take it apart. Might as well you take down all the walls too. I'm just speaking from my heart. You're always very suspicious.
这里提到的哇，这里这个土官派的历史。
Oh, this is the story of Tu Guan.
后正当中国内地宋真宗景德元年。
And then at the time of China, Song Dynasty, Zhenzong Jingde year, the year of 1004, it's the Hevajra Tantra. And this is through, it was brought by Fa Hu. 四光入侵，普明持节传唤大师的时候。I apologize. I don't have this.
洗金刚的历史啊，洗金刚。
This talks about the history of Hevajra, and Hevajra is closely related to Lamdre. And Grandmaster has written the exposition on Hevajra very completely and clearly. So if you have listened to Hevajra, my Hevajra exposition, then you would have understood half of Lamdre. That's all for today. Om Mani Padme Hum.
我的妈呀！根本传承上师精彩宝贵的法语开示。现在请大家合作，把各自坐的椅子叠好，放在楼梯的两旁。 现在我们恭请圣尊赐予与会大众长寿佛法灌顶，含有皈依结缘灌顶。靠背的椅子是放在他们那个椅子架里面哈，有靠背的椅子是放在椅子架的，有同门已经把那个椅子架抬进来。
Amada
受灌顶的义工同门，请你们速速来接受灌顶。灌顶很快就要结束了，还没有接受灌顶的义工同门，请你们速速来接受灌顶。灌顶即将要结束喽，还没有接受灌顶的义工同门，请你们速速来接受灌顶。让我们以热烈的掌声感谢师尊赐受长寿佛法灌顶。顶礼坛城做观想大礼拜，一拜根本传承上师及诸佛，Om Ah Hom 观想顶礼，回天心三印；二拜诸菩萨，Om Ah Hom 观想顶礼，回天心三印；三拜诸护法金刚，Om Ah Hom 观想顶礼，回天心三印；四平等一起手。护摩法会圆满吉祥结束了，感谢根本传承上师的大加持，感谢师母、诸位上师、教授师、法师、讲师、助教、贵宾以及大家的护持，谢谢大家，阿弥陀佛。We now conclude this live broadcast. Thank you for viewing.